Hello everyone, I am Dr. Aruna Kumari, consultant obstetrician and gynecologist practicing at Cloud9 Bellandur and Sarjapur units of Bangalore. With over 17 years of experience, today I am going to speak about high-risk pregnancy. Who is the woman who belongs to high-risk pregnancy? What exactly it is, how we are going to manage? Let's know about this in today's discussion. High-risk pregnancy is a pregnancy any woman who has the factors which impacts the outcome of the pregnancy, which impacts the health of the pregnant mother or the baby outcome. So who are those women? The women with pre-existing medical disorders like diabetes, hypertension, chronic renal disease or liver disease which is there, which medical heart disease may be pre-existing. These are the high-risk factors, or the factors which develop during the pregnancy, like development of hypertension in the pregnancy, diabetes, or suddenly the renal failure can occur because of the infection or sepsis, or the lung pneumonia can occur. These kind of problems, if it is occurring and causes sudden problems, these women are called high-risk pregnant women. The other pregnant women who have recurrent miscarriages, pregnancy with an ectopic pregnancy, and the women with recurrent early trimester bleeding, these all women fall in the high risk category. So how do we identify them who belong to this category? The best way to identify these high risk women is go for the preconceptional counseling to the doctor, or at the first visit complete medical history and certain blood tests will be done to identify the woman falls under high risk category or the low risk category. But in obstetrics, we can never judge that which woman can have any sudden problems. Even a normal delivery patient, after delivery suddenly the bleeding can be more, atonic PPH can happen. So always maintaining your hemoglobin above 11 grams is the best thing. Anemia is one of the most important contributing factor for high risk in pregnancy in India specifically, because though nutritionally we eat everything, but we are not eating the right quantity or the right proportion of food with correct combination. We take palak paneer and immediately the woman might have taken the tea. So taking tea or tannins along with the iron rich food, or the milk along with iron rich food, is not the correct combination of taking food. So always don't take iron tablets or anything with the milk. So take iron tablets with the citrus fruit so that the absorption of iron is good. So maintaining of hemoglobin is very important in pregnancy. Along with that, Rh negative pregnancy. Rh negative pregnancy means woman with blood group of negative and husband may be the blood group of positive. These kind of women are also considered to be high risk, because the negative blood group availability and those things, the anti-D vaccine which has to be given in pregnancy, and post delivery after the baby birth, we'll check the baby's blood group and then give the vaccine for the mother. So all these women factors, things and all, the examination by the doctor and categorizing into the high risk pregnancy. So these high risk pregnant women have to be frequently monitored. So the WHO tells that up to 7 months you meet the doctor monthly once, and after that every 2 weeks till 36 weeks, and weekly till the delivery. But in high risk pregnancies with medical disorders or any problem, better to meet the doctor every 20 to 25 days in the early trimesters of the pregnancies. This way what we can see is the BP, what we check in the first visit, pulse rate, BP, medical complete examination, hemoglobin will be checked, platelets count, thyroid, sugars, what is the HbA1c, for the last 3 months what was the sugar control of the woman. There are women who are with the pre-existing diabetes. So if the HbA1c is more than 8, there is a risk of congenital abnormalities in the babies. So for this reason, pre-existing medical disorders, if it is there, in the first visit doctor divides them and informs them how to go about. And patients with diabetes in pre-existingly, these kind of women have to be checked for the proper structural abnormalities in the woman in the pregnancy, and fetal echo will be routinely done for the diabetic patients and GDM with high sugars in the early pregnancy, because fetal cardiac anomalies and structural defects are more identified with the women with diabetes in pregnancy. and as such we have made it routine to examine the fetal echo at 24 weeks. Why? Because the fetal circulation and the circulation of the baby after the birth, there is a difference. Not all defects can be identified in the antenatal scan. So sometimes after the birth, if the baby has any changes in the circulation or any murmurs, anything is identified, fetal echo done at 22 to 23 weeks will be the baseline report to compare. Is it a random event or it was some abnormality was there which was pre-existing? These can be compared for the comparison and better prognosis and treatment of those babies. Apart from these tests, the blood group of the woman, so many of the women may not be knowing. They will tell, what I remember is I am Rh positive, but when we see the report can be negative blood group. So for these identification, these things are done. And the women with recurrent pregnancy losses, these women may fall in with any autoimmune disorders like ANA can be positive, APLA syndrome can be positive, or there may be any thrombotic history in the previously, deep vein thrombosis or pulmonary embolism. These history can be there. Or there are women with neurological disorders like epilepsy in the childhood, or they have pituitary macroadenoma or microadenoma with the pregnancy where the hyperprolactinemia is being treated. So all these kind of women with the different medical backgrounds come to us, we evaluate and we prognosticate them. So in the first visit, why we take any cardiologist opinion or the neurologist or the endocrinologist opinion, that gives us from here how to go about for the management of those patients. Because if the clinicians are not involved, the basic evaluation, the cardiac changes, so much changes will happen in the pregnancy. Blood volume increases by 50%. You can see that suddenly, which in before the pregnancy you may be feeling cold, suddenly you feel the temperature is more in the evening. So this circulatory changes, lot of changes will be happening. So any woman with heart diseases, at the baseline of the pregnancy, what is the echo, what is the mother's ejection fraction, these things will be seen. And again at 28 to 32 weeks where the maximum cardiac changes will occur before the delivery. These are the times where the cardiologist will be reviewed and the maternal echo will be reviewed to assess the prognosis and how the maternal condition is going about. Apart from this, the sugar monitoring is very important for the woman. So we give the diabetic diet chart, dietitian consultation, we have diet experts, they guide the woman, we put them on the dietary control. With diet, if it is not helping, we go for the oral hypoglycemic agents and then switch to insulin if still with the diet and tablets if it is not helping. So don't be under any stress. Sugar has to be controlled either by diet, tablets or insulin. Not taking, because you will be worried. Many women ask us, doctor, if I start now the tablets, after delivery also I should take, long run it will be throughout my life I have to take. It is not because of that, don't be worried. We Indians genetically we are prone for diabetes. So in pregnancy, because of the pregnancy hormones impact, the sugars increase or worsen. So post delivery, if your diet and exercise is regular, your chance of becoming diabetic over the years can be reduced. At 50 plus we cannot tell, but at least till 40 to 50, if your lifestyle is good, you can prevent the early development of diabetes. And one more thing is, in hypertension, we have to rule out the causes for hypertension in early pregnancy. So some may be the first time they will know that they have some renal disease. Some may be having only a single kidney. These kind of problems will be known first time during the pregnancy. So don't be worried. All these things can be managed. High risk identification is very important. So then the management, it depends on what is your renal function test and all. There are women who will be a liver donor. We have a pregnant patient who is a liver donor for the family member. So these kind of women, when they come, we do their basic tests and their antenatal period is strictly monitored. And nutrition wise, these protein rich diet, these has to be given. And anemia correction is very important. Oral iron supplements, all pregnant women have to start by 13-14 weeks. So be compliant. So many medicines I don't want to take, doctor. Many patients tell, can I naturally take? I'm taking palak paneer, dates I'm taking, beetroot I'm taking, I will skip this iron tablet. No. whatever the nutritional contents what we take, it is not sufficient for the pregnant woman to cope up for the developing needs of the baby and mother. So for that reason, definitely you should take iron and calcium supplements along with the healthy proteins, fruits, salads and all, high fiber diet, reduce the carbohydrates and take more of proteins and fruits. Apart from the high risk management, who requires a multi-speciality mode of management, who requires a low resource setting. So the main thing is patient with ejection fraction is less, worsening breathlessness, pulmonary disease, any pre-existing heart disease or severe anemia, risk of need for ICU care, you have to definitely be in the multimodality care and ICU care is required. But we have the definite expert anesthesia ICU team doctors who can manage the patient with any medical problems, or any woman can deteriorate suddenly who is all fine. Suddenly the embolism or the breathlessness can start. So these kind of acute managing team and support is very much well available in Cloud9. So any of these problems at home also, if you are having headache and BP is shooting up, or you are feeling giddiness, and sometimes sugar can be low or sugar can be high. Anytime if you are feeling giddiness, you should immediately check your sugar and BP. If it is high, you should come back to the hospital immediately. You have to meet your doctor and you have to be in touch with your doctor regarding the prognosis, what is this happening. If the patient cannot come to the hospital to discuss the things, so many times husband comes to us, shows the sugar chart and BP chart, this is what is happening doctor. So these kind of things, it is a team effort. The efforts of the patient and the family members along with the doctor in proper counseling, dietitian and the anesthesia team. And we have a good backup of NICU team, because NICU team is required when we are anticipating high risk patients, early delivery. So many times BP, if it is shooting up, we have to deliver. Delivery is the treatment for preeclampsia. So to prevent seizures, these things, we deliver at term, give the medicines, things and all. If it is a early delivery, so many patients with IVF conceptions, BP is suddenly shooting up, or the bleeding has started, or the placenta which is low lying, it is placenta previa is bleeding. So in such cases we deliver early. So the NICU team of neonatologists backup ICU is excellent with us, and we have a team of doctors who will be managing for the high risk pregnancies. So the high risk pregnancy overall, it is by identification of what are the high risk factors, proper in evaluation and in touch with the doctor, and need of which patient requires early delivery, that has to be counseled and informed to you. And preterm births are very much increasing these days, water leakage or cervical incompetence, these things and all we do manage. So any problem, anything which is unusual than the usual you feel, immediately meet the doctor, so that early intervention and treatment can save the lives of mother and baby. For the healthy outcome, high risk pregnancies has to be managed with an expert care, and it is a teamwork. Teamwork in the high risk pregnancy management, it matters a lot. And best outcomes have been seen and will be seen with high risk pregnancies being managed and closely monitored. And whenever you have any problem, immediately going to the hospital is the best treatment for the high risk pregnancy patients. Thank you.